What's up, YouTube? Well, here's our supplies. That's about a third of what we packed on there yesterday. I put the rest of it down in the pole barn to keep it out of the way. But we got enough insulation now to continue on and finish getting these walls insulated. So that's our task for the day. Boy, I'll tell you guys, one of the things that's interesting is trying to keep all your tools organized. Yesterday, I took this box and this stuff that normally stay in the truck, I took them out so I could go get materials. And, you know, I'm at a friend's house, so I'm trying to keep things a little bit organized, but some of my other tools are stashed up in here, and there's where the old door that we're recycling, the panels off that, is stashed up there. Luckily, our friend has a pole barn where we can put some stuff and get it out of the way. Otherwise, the logistics of having your materials here to get it all in and someplace to keep them is a challenge. So I'm really grateful that Mike has a place we can keep this stuff. So really grateful for the whole thing here. I got a place to work and it's awesome. But super nice having that pole barn to put the materials in and hold them out of the weather, and they're safe, and it's just a great place to be. So I'm really grateful for it. Yeah, try that one. Oh, they still fit tight, huh? You better let me come and knock them in.
It's like, what the heck? Needed the muscles, huh? They're still a little tight, huh?
Well, we wanted them to fit properly.
Right. Awesome!
Well, we got most of these walls insulated and the furring strips up for the paneling to go onto. Back here on the corner, there's a few things. This bracket is unnecessary, as is that one. And this piece ain't do nothing structurally. It's just was the holding the tracks on the side. So I'm just gonna cut that out, and then I can get the insulation back there, and I can have access to the wires if I ever need to do any repair work for that wiring that's going up. Well, my best laid plans, I thought these were over out of the way far enough, but yeah, I clipped one. Oh, that one's not cut through, but I cut one clear through, and I nicked another one. And oh, I nicked two more. And I hit this up here, which is the power switch for the gate. So, but that's okay. The gate's coming off, and I'll just take this down because it had to come off anyhow. Oh, the only negative there is, yeah, I'm gonna have to repair that, because if we want to lower the gate to be able to
Remove it.
to take it off. All right, it's no big deal. It's just gonna take some splicers and strip some wires and splice them back together.
Okay, you're on.
That's where I clipped those wires, so luckily I only did 3 of them. But that was a pretty easy fix, so that's all tidied up. And then the switch that I hit, the switch was in there, but it had to come out anyhow. So I just pulled the wire through and did splice down here. I'm just gonna zip tie this over here temporarily till we get over to Eastern Oregon. And I put the waterproof heat shrink ones on there.
Because we need that out of the wall, right?
It had to come out of there anyhow, and I would have had to chase it all the way into the.
No, what I'm saying is you need to tell him it had to come out of the wall so we can remove the lift gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It was serendipitous. I cut it by accident, but I needed to remove it anyhow, so it's a win-win mistake.
You gotta love it, people, when that kind of stuff happens.
And so it goes when you want to get something off that's been welded on. It always ends up with a grinder in your hand. But it ended up being just like an earlier part was. I drilled out those welds with a hole saw and then just cut the hole saw disc off. So I did the first side the hard way and cut the wires. So I got that all cleaned up and put back together, and I did this side over here. I just drilled them out with the hole saw and then ground off the bit that was left. Yeah, so that's where the welds were, and you can see the hole saw mark. Maybe that one shows better. Anyhow, I got that all out of the way. We just got done with a day in the shop where we took a couple of sheets of 3/4 inch plywood and we ripped them down into 2-inch, I guess you'd call it wall studs. We need a front wall and a back wall. There's no ribbing. So we don't really like to use 2x4s because they split and they're crooked and it's really hard to get good quality 2x4s. So we made our own out of plywood where we rip them 2 inches wide and then laminate them together. So let me show you these. So that's what we got out of 2 sheets of plywood. And so basically we end up with these laminated 2x4s that we'll just use them like wall studs. And there's no walls in the box truck that are thicker than 2 inches. So and we're going to use that same rigid foam insulation on these studs, so they're 2 inches thick. So that was a day of ripping and gluing, and we actually glued them on Mike's welding table because it's a nice true edge, and so we could glue, clamp them down to the table and get them straight, and then we stapled them together with 1.5 inch staples at an angle. So they're pretty darn strong, and we're not really worried about them going anywhere. We used them when we did the bus and they work great for us. You do have to pre-drill your holes when you're going into this the edgeway on it, but works great for what we're doing. So that's about it for this week. Hope you all have lots of friends and family in your life and that you can share lots of love and joy with them all. You know, be kind to people and spread love and joy. It's awesome. Catch you guys in the next video.